because no one's in here yet. It hadn't even went live, 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 live yet. It's like, oh, let me see. Oh, let me see. Giving the haters a moment, a moment. Oh. I wonder what happens if I click on that. It's like, here you go. Let me start clicking and touching things right before, because that's what we want. We want to click and touch on things. Ooh, there it is. There it is. It's one lonely hater. Okay, girl. Oh, yes, let's go. Let's go. It's Monday. It's Monday. It's Monday. I like it. I don't even know if I have news. I had something close to news. We don't really have news today. Besides Twitch telling you guys to buy tickets to TwitchCon in Europe. So if y'all got international money, feel free to jump right on over. And yeah, take a little trip. What's good, Black Buddha? What's good, man? On in here on this Monday. It's Monday, doing very much Monday things today. But we shall persevere. It's what we see on this glorious Monday. And what makes me keep going is all of that hater fuel that's coming. We'll say that um, while I touch things again on Twitch. Now, I'm not going to lie, Twitch doing some really wonky stuff. I'm going to try to be easy on today. Let us know if we sound great. I had to turn it down because I was singing. So, yes. And today is the chillest of chillest of chillest. But I had like one single solitary piece of um Olivia woke the baby up. Sad, sad. Oh, it's like, oh no. I had one piece of, because I'm looking down. I thought I could find it. I thought I could find it before we got started, but I'm not real sure if I'm going to be able to. Um, but here's the only other. Oh, um, hey, Chic. While Onyx is cursing people out, I didn't watch it yet. I did see Megan the Stallion serving up some great looks. I saw her serving up some great looks. They look beautiful for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. And here's a little bit of tidbit, a news on the fly, if you will. It says Chainsaw Man breaks record for losses at Crunchyroll Anime Awards. So there you go. With I personally feel vindicated from our show when we were talking about it. And it seems like everybody else seems to agree with us. So there you go. It has 16 losses out of the 17 nominations. Oh, but it broke a record that was previously held by Ranking of Kings. And I feel some kind of way about that because I actually like that show. But that wasn't the news that I was looking for. However, it was supposed to be some more Persona 6 leaked news. Um, but apparently, I don't know where it is. So here's some random bit of news. Well, that was what it was, and I don't have it. Apparently, it's supposed to be speculated that Persona 6 is going to be open world. Yeah, I know. I know. How that works, I don't know, but I'm kind of stoked about it. Especially after last week when we talked about Persona going back to the high school setting. But if it's going to be kind of open world, that'll be kind of dope. We just don't know where it is going to be located yet. So stay tuned, friends. And if y'all hadn't already known, because of course y'all do, because y'all out there, Final Fantasy VII is the second part is out there. Rebirth is out there. Um, Putting out good content. Unfortunately, I can't participate because me and my stubbornness and my refusal to buy a PS5 has come back to haunt me. So I don't have it. So I just have to continuously enjoy Persona 3. Shout out to Atlas for putting it on. I know. I'm matter of fact, I started the moment they said it was getting closer to the release date, I started pricing some right then. And I have to price everything that I have to buy with it because they haven't released the version that has like more hard drive space. Because we had to do that to our PS4. And then after the fact, Sony released a 1 to 2 terabyte. When I'm telling you, man, the let the debate. I want well, like I told husband, I didn't want one because one, they were still releasing the games that I wanted to play on the PS4, so wasn't no point. And people could be like, "But it doesn't look as good." My TV makes look chef's kiss, so I'll have them problems because I spent money on my television. And two, it was like all my games that I play is on my PS4, and the PS5 just releasing the same titles that I already have. I don't care about them being in ultra, ultra, ultra burn your eyes and retinas HD. I don't care. I let me just play it the way I had it. But now Squeenix have gripped me by the proverbial balls and refused to release this one on the PS4. Even if they had did like Hogwarts Legacies and made me wait darn near a year for the PS4 version, I would have waited. I have jobs to work on in the meantime. So I would have waited a year so they can dull it down for me and my PS4, but they refuse to do it. So my hands are tied because I refuse to be left out. I'm playing that game. So that's that's where I am with that. So yeah, no, I am pricing one now begrudgingly. So I say if I have to have one, I want one with like one of the funky skins on it. Like I want one, even though we already got that game, I want one that got like Kratos and Atreus on it from Ragnarok, or I want one that has like the Spider-Man skin on it or something like that. I want it. If I gotta buy that Trapper Keeper, let me have one. Yeah, it looks like a Trapper Keeper to me.
Sorry if I'm very quiet, you guys. It's just you can hear her through the thing
Yeah.
fussing and yelling and crying, and I literally just want to like take my 14-year-old out right now.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw the chat. So I figured she was still cutting up. So now my hands are
Definitely yes for GTA
tied.
6. I do want a PlayStation 5. That's when I probably can't say no anymore because I missed out on all the fun that GTA 5 was.
That I haven't played a GTA game since 3. I didn't even play San Andreas. My cousin played San Andreas and I watched him play it. But I haven't personally played a GTA since 3. 6 looks dope. And I'm just gonna buy it because of all the black people and Dominicans. So there. Because everybody else, and by everybody we mean like the three trolls that control Reddit was in a stank about it. And so I'm going to wow, that was disturbing. I stuck my straw in my White Claw and immediately it fizzed up and like gave me a happy ending. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. But yeah, no, Ray. I think I want to get and but the sad thing is husband said that he wanted to get like Street Fighter 6, and I kind of want him to wait because I feel like if he does get it, let's just make that one of the first games on the PS5 because I think, just to start our collection. And I don't know, just to give us something, because I know the only games that I'll have will be Final Fantasy 7 and it's glorious. Final Fantasy 7, and then if we get the Street Fighter, then yeah, but we don't have a lot of games on our oh, oh gosh, Ray. Yeah, no, husband loves he did you not you wasn't here for that stream. I went somewhere. I left my home for like a day or something. I came back because he called me. This man bought a whole Xbox, not an old Xbox, like an Xbox One series, the shit one, the X one, not the S. He bought an Xbox One just because the guy at the store preloaded it with Killer Instinct. Yes. And he called me and he said, I'm going to do this thing. Is it going to get up under your skin? I said, you're going to buy an entire gaming system that me and you both don't like for one fighting game that haven't come out since God knows when. He said, yes. And I said, well, there you go. So yeah, we have an Xbox in our house for one fighting game. Killer Instinct.
I think I might be in the clear. She's using her Squirtle to rub her eyes.
Oh, okay.
I do have is that all your news? Because I got a bit of news too.
Yeah, no, I can't personally put my hands on the other one, but it's there somewhere. So yeah, let's keep trucking.
I got good news for us. Boruto has 100% been delayed to 2027 and could even possibly go into 2028.
If I could scream without my microphone going out, there you go, silent scream. Good riddance.
Yeah, we don't like that dude.
Good riddance.
I think I said this last time, but it is confirmed. It is 100% confirmed. Destin Daniel Cretton will be directing the Naruto live action movie, and he was the director for Marvel Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Ninja Kamui beats out One Piece, Solo Leveling, and AOT in popularity. They said that show go hard. I will be visiting that this week.
Because I finally broke down upon y'all recommendation and started watching Shangri-La Frontier, and boy, I'm so invested. It's so funny.
Isn't it amazing? Shangri-La Frontier is amazing. It gives anyone who's ever played
naked Birdman.
That's right. And I'm watching it in English too. And I don't know who the guy is who's doing the voice actor. He sounds like freaking Bryce Papenbrook, but I don't know if it's
hilarious.
He's doing a great job. Solo Leveling's recap episode has the most negative reviews ever recorded in the history of anime.
It should, because I skipped it. I told you I would.
I wasn't gonna go.
I went directly to episode 8. I had no time for a recap. We were only 7 episodes in. A recap was unnecessary. If you just didn't have an episode ready, just delay it. I would rather you do that and move on with the story than to recap some crap that I can remember because it's right there. Trash.
So remember when they said that fight with Sukuna and Maharaga from Jujutsu Kaisen was only like 30% finished and they had to air it anyway? They're going to they have finished it and they will be airing that fight in theaters. I'm like half and half on this one because they're really trying to put that theater shit to like, let me get that theater money, yo.
If I have to risk the farted up seats for something good, maybe.
Yeah, they have.
But I don't know.
And the rest of the world can watch it on the Blu-ray release. They said the fight will be corrected and extended in Blu-ray version. We'll get to witness the full version of some scenes that were cut out in the TV version for being incomplete and some major corrections done in the episodes. And it will be 17, 18, 19, 20 all together and will be specially screened in, of course, Japan. This will be starting the first week, March 29th. And that will replace, the new versions will replace the older episodes. Okay. Yes, pretty much they said that they didn't have time to complete this fight. They said it was approximately only 30% complete, but they had to air it.
Hmm. Well, that sounds like somebody was dropping the ball and now they're trying to make us pay for it in
Yeah.
the movie theaters. I don't know how I feel about that.
Because this is when they were saying, like, all the studio, Mad TV is in my head. It's not Studio Mad TV. Studio, Madhouse? What is it? The one that where there's all the abuse?
Yeah.
This is when the abuse
You talking
started.
about Mappa?
Mappa, thank you. I don't know why I
Ooh.
got Mad TV in my head. This is
Oh,
during
I'm
that
gonna
time
watch
when
it
all
now.
of the abuse
Oh,
allegations
English.
came out. The tweets were coming out. They were saying
Yeah.
all this stuff during the Jujutsu Kaisen filming and creation of paneling and stuff like that. They were just all like, we're dying here. We're dying. They're killing us. They don't care about us. And that's why we were getting episodes with some really shitty drawings at times. But yeah, so
Yeah, that's kind of yuck, I
it's
guess so.
definite yuck. Definite yuck.
Well,
Um, Something you'll like. Blue Lock movie, new information coming March 10th.
I told you I like that train wreck, and I'm not
Oh,
ashamed
yeah.
anymore. Oh,
Let's
I
see
like it. I
here.
can't wait for it.
Um, the One Punch Man Season 3 trailer has been released. And
Where? When?
I
Why?
I don't
Did we
know.
not talk about this last time about the
We
creator going somewhere else and
Yeah,
getting his own
that he was
studio?
no, that he was still contracted to go somewhere else, but now the actual trailer is out.
I'm going to go look at it. Too bad we can't pull it for you guys. We would do that, but last time we got flagged by YouTube and
I'm
I
not gonna.
couldn't locate it
Yep.
to cut it out. So sorry about that. If we do stuff like that, if we ever do those, then just know don't look for the VOD because yeah.
I'm kind of sad about it because it was a really fun VOD too, when we just
It
aren't able to
was.
do the things, which really, 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 really,
It
really, really
is.
sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
So, has anyone seen the Minato short trailer?
Uh-uh.
It's
Is it
it
good?
is. It is.
It,
It's
oh,
got
okay. I'm a
Maito Uzumaki, Maito, whatever you call her. She's talking about Kushina is asking, will anyone ever even want me after I inherit the nine tails from you? And she's like, love
girl.
finds a
Somebody's
way.
gonna want you.
Somebody gonna want that. Oops. So
Somebody's
yeah,
gonna want
it's
it.
I saw the trailer. I don't think I've been this excited about anything Naruto related in a very, very long time, and I don't want to. I don't care.
Sure.
I don't care about the re-release either. Like I don't.
Yeah, like I literally am looking forward to it. I can say that. And now that Boruto has been banished to the Shadow Realm,
Thank goodness.
I can sit here and yeah. I mean, the manga's still going, but hopefully they'll end that soon enough.
Yeah, because
You
I
know what I'm
feel like they
saying?
made the biggest stink of it coming out with all these visuals and shit, and now it's delayed until
Good.
2027.
And hopefully so many other good shows will come out that no one gives a crap.
Right. I'm trying to see if I got anything else for y'all eyeballs. Um,
I got some speculation that's hot off the presses right here
Ooh,
on my
I'm
phone right
always
quick.
down for speculation.
So haters, y'all get your pitchforks ready, okay? And you're gonna know
Ready?
why the moment that I say it. Netflix is eyeing its next live action adaptation.
Stop.
Y'all want to know what it
Oh
is?
my god. Okay, three guesses in the chat. Three guesses.
Three guesses.
I'm gonna
Give
say.
us your three
So we've already
guesses.
done Bleach. We've already. Is it anything
Uh-huh.
that's been already done? We've already done Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin. We've already been announced for Naruto. I'm
I'm going to say technically
well,
yes,
no, we
which is
already
why I
announced
say
Naruto.
that's why I say get your pitchforks ready.
Is it? It can't.
So so no nope, it's not
It's not
Naruto.
Naruto. Naruto's getting Paramount. I want to say
Yeah, and then you said it's going to be a movie, right? Not a show, right?
it's a live action movie, is what they said.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, this one's going to be just like an anime adaptation like the rest of them. Got two more guesses. Inuyasha, great guess. Nope.
I'm gonna say JoJo.
That would be fantastic if it was. Get your pitchforks ready. Here you go. Lupin the third. That's why I said technically it's already been done already because Lupin right now that's out is a great show.
I hate this. Like,
I guess
please,
it wasn't
I'm
wide
not gonna
enough.
lie. This would totally be an
Uh-huh.
acceptable live action that I can believe. I mean, if,
Ding, ding,
but
ding, ding,
it's just stop
ding,
touching my
ding,
life.
ding.
Like, y'all icky fingers are digging deep into me, and I don't like it.
I had no problem with the Lupin series they put out.
Right. I was okay with it.
And so now I guess they want it to be like the anime.
Yeah.
And so it's speculation. So get your tiki torches and pitchforks ready. So we ride at dawn in case
I'm
we riot
upset.
at dawn in case it actually comes out. And that's all I got. Because I don't know if I can take anymore. You got
I
anything else there,
I'm
Onyx?
trying to just double check to see if we have anything else on that Jujutsu Kaisen Gojo voice actor who said those weird things, or the whole pedophilia charges with our guy who made Your Name and Suzume. But I don't have any
Considering
new.
that Suzume was mid, but your name was great, I feel
Weathering with You
conflicted,
is
and
great.
weathering with you was great. Yeah, I feel conflicted if I have to actually um give up watching those.
Yeah, let me
Okay, Ray
see.
said, did you see the hate towards Meg the Stallion? People said she's not a real anime fan. I would just direct them to our first episode back when we came back for season two. It is who are these gatekeepers?
Right.
You can't tell someone, and that's all it is. You can't tell somebody, oh, I'm not a real fan because I don't quote unquote look the way that we're assuming people looked back when no one was talking about when you had to hide and not say anything. Because remember, you had a there was a particular look to these people. At least that was in the forefront for those people who were into anime and all that stuff like that. So because she doesn't look like that, and it just looks like it's mainstream, and you're doing, of course, you're going to get, you have those gatekeepers, and you say, oh, she's not a that girl ain't got nothing to prove to any of y'all.
She really
Y'all
don't.
wish y'all was in her position. No one asked you to host the anime awards there, Joey. So stay in the basement. Okay. No one asked you for your cosplay ideas. Okay, Carol. So stay
Jeez.
on the couch. No one's asking you. And that's the only reason why they mad. So
That is,
they can stay
yeah, no, I'm
mad.
not
Her
getting
bank
into
bank
this.
account gonna stay up.
And her bank account
Oh,
will stay up, and it is not
thank
affected
you.
by any of these fools at
None of
all.
it.
At
Because I
all.
forgot it was coming on, but I'm sure gonna tune in, and I'm going just like my protest against the people who had something to say about Beyonce's country music. I don't even
Oh my
like country
god.
music. I hate country music, but I'm gonna run her numbers up just because they had something to say.
Just cause. I'm
And
here
now I'm
for
going to
it.
make sure that's one of Crunchyroll's most successful award shows.
Yep.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna
watch
put it
it
in the background.
just for
Just yep,
Megan.
just for Megan.
Cause y'all gonna
Here
let that
for
girl live her life.
it. They are gonna let her live.
Y'all gonna
And
let her
and the
live her
thing is,
life.
Ray, if they wasn't no fan, they just need to say that. I'm not a fan. Okay, great. Y'all think I'm a fan of everybody y'all have come sashay out there for what? I'm okay, whatever. So they like she stole a puppy and pissed on a horse. Good night.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's all I got.
yeah, that's all I pretty much got
Have
too.
anything else?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
except for the Amazing World of Gumball, season 7 is supposed to be hitting the
Stop it.
web.
I had to go deep into the lore of the amazing world of Gumball thanks to
It's
my
so good.
14-year-old child. And
It's so
holy
good.
fudge caking fudge.
Ray, they wasn't gonna say nothing about Usher. That's because they want to fuck that man. You know it, and I know
Oh,
it.
God.
Okay.
Who not with Usher?
So he can sit there and put his abs all in people's faces and
Still
provide them the
questionable
gift.
Alicia Keys bullshit from the Super Bowl. Well, I ain't gonna go there.
Like I told my husband, people tend to forget the situation she placed herself in.
This is true. I'm gonna judge her because she allowed herself.
Well, no, like how she got that current husband of
Oh,
hers while
yeah.
he had a current wife. People conveniently forget that. So I'm not gonna sit here and fault Usher. I mean,
Oh, I'm not
why?
faulting. I'm faulting her.
Exact. But say, hey, remember, she used to doing that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I am.
And what's hilarious about that, you know it's true. Um, what's hilarious about that, that man like left the Super Bowl and went and got married to his girlfriend right
Yeah.
after that. It was hilarious.
I think
And
she
then
realized. I think the girlfriend was like, "If you're gonna marry me, now's the time." Because let's go.
And she
Wasn't
said,
it?
this right here technically counts as your bachelor party. Okay. So
Yeah,
get
you
it out of
go
your system.
get it out of
Okay.
your system. Get it out of your system. Yeah, I think the only other thing I got is, and this is a personal favorite of mine, Konosuba season 3. The trailer comes out on April 10th. Absolutely love Konosuba. I love it even more in English because it's more relatable in English and how funny it is. If you want crack, if you were one of those people who would go on YouTube and watch YouTube anime video cuts of crack, pretty much is what they called it, where they would voice over funny memes over anime characters. Konosuba is quite literally that.
I used to watch all the anime crack on YouTube back in the day. It
They
was
still
so
make it. It's not
good.
as good as though as it used to be.
That and the Kingdom Hearts crack episodes. I used
Oh
to
my
love
god.
those. They were
Stop. I'm dead. Oh, I'm
so
dying.
good.
But that's all I got from news. I don't see any more.
Fans were looking for oh yeah, because I saw his pictures of him cosplaying Gojo. That'd been great if he did. I
I'd
don't
be
know. He
down
can
for it.
he can there's a lot he can pull off. I feel like he can pull off a lot of great. I don't know. I just want to see him like pick random characters and just
There
go for
is
what he
certain people I
knows.
wish would just cosplay certain things. Like, can I just
Yeah,
shoot you a text and say I think you would do a really good job at cosplaying this character?
right. Like I just want you to do that character. Just do it. It's like um I
I
think
just
he did jump on. I mean, hey, if somebody's saying I want to see a hot guy,
oh, it's the same thing that
just
Bruno
do
Mars
it for
is
the
doing it.
moments.
Y'all seen Bruno
Yeah.
Mars's new his he
Do I
created a
do I
little
need to look it up?
it's a reel he made and he's in Japan and everyone's like, we love Bruno Mars, and he's
I saw
Naruto running
that.
through the stadium. He is Naruto running through the stadium and he's just like eating it all up and everyone's just like
Because
eating it all up.
you got to give the people what they want. If that's what the fans want, and then get them to sell a couple of more tickets, sure. Just go ahead. Like if you want me to sit here and Naruto run through the stadium, and that's what's gonna get y'all to my show, sure, sure. I'll do it. No problem with that. I mean, then you went to Japan. You know how many,
Oh my
he
god.
probably
The
saw so many anime type
he
of
is the one
stores.
that they caught a quote unquote caught a picture of him reading One Piece and I'm like, all right, whatever.
I smell a plant.
Oh yeah, don't even get me started about these quote unquote industry plants for this Avatar movie. Still, they're coming out the woodwork now, baby.
I will say this though, haters. Mother's Basement put their review out on it.
Yes.
I feel validated in every
Oh
point that
yeah.
we made
Yep.
because he made the
He's the
same
only
points.
person's opinion I really take into consideration. Mother's Basement. He does a lot of reviews. He
Yeah,
does your anime per season, the best ones, the trashiest ones. Guy's a real good entertainment to watch. He
I felt
Yeah,
vindicated.
I do too. I feel valid in everything that we talked about.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's all the news we have. If anyone in the chat's got anything, throw it out there. But
Yep. I still didn't watch that other gaming thing. So sorry about that.
oh, state of
Um,
play.
yeah, I still didn't. I've had a
We're a bit
workup to my follicles for the last 2 weeks. So I
the
still
reel on
can't
Insta
see as
about
if
Avatar.
is it
Speak on
funny?
it.
Is it funny? Because I've seen a few reels and I mostly stayed away from other people's review because I was like, you're not going to say anything that we didn't already say. Um, except for Mother's Basement because I just like his delivery. And he said like 90% of the things that we said. So I felt validated in our points that we made. Um, and so yeah, no, I stand 10 toes down
Which
on it.
one?
Um,
The one about
the
the
one about the weakest
oh,
nation. Oh, you sent that to us
you
too.
did, yeah. I personally, yeah. I'm still down with all the. I guess if we're gonna murder people, it's for me. It's like how quickly can you take out a group? If we're gonna talk about it like that, like
It was so funny because Mother's Basement he played that clip where the guy from Cora like airbended that air out of that lady's
The
lungs and
queens,
wrapped it
yeah.
around her head
Pretty much
and like
suffocating her with
suffocated
her own
her.
breath, yeah.
And I was like, see,
Aang would never. His
and that's what he meant,
grandchildren,
like,
maybe.
right, subverting expectations about, oh no, these were supposed to be humble nomadic monks. And you're out here, you know, suffocating, giving
It's
people bad
kind of
work.
like they know what
Goodness.
they're capable of, and that is probably why they all became monks.
That, and they're practicing. They know they have a dangerous bending element. They're like, oh, if we actually did what people expected us to do, you would die.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, no, I don't know. All right. Y'all ready for this today?
Y'all ready for this?
Right.
Saw a Space Jam meme today and I lost my mind. Um, what is
This
it?
has
Half
this have
season
been
recommendations.
oh yeah, this have been it's a couple of weeks out because other stuff came up and then we like delayed a couple of shows and we rearranged some stuff so we can be a little bit more um closer to when things release, particularly like Avatar and stuff like that. So this one is the relaxing
What the?
show that you've been asking
Oh my
for.
god.
You have the our top bingeable short season animes. If you just want, you got a couple of hours to kill, curl up on the couch right quick,
What the fuck is
snuggle
happening?
down. You can knock about two of these out in a day because they're usually very short. And by short, we mean 15 episodes and
Less.
less.
With no season twos.
Yep, they just hit it and quit it. They don't come back. So don't if you throw some out there and be like, oh, what about this? And remember, keep in mind, if it had a season two, we did not include it on the list because that would make it technically longer than because even if the first season was 12 episodes, if it came out with a season two, that would make it longer
Right.
than that. So these are one season,
Hit
one
it and
season
quit
series.
it.
Yep, the hits and the quits. And I'm gonna throw my first one out there. And I'm gonna put it in here for all to enjoy. And that is one of my favorite ones, which is Erased. It is a psychological horror anime. I wrote it down here. It's 13 episodes long. It is a psychological horror mystery anime that I love watching around the spoopy season, even though it's not spoopy. I even got my husband into it. That is involved this guy who has this power to basically rewind time to try to prevent things that happened in his childhood. It involved some child kidnappings and murders, and he has been sent back to try to figure out what happened. His mom gets murdered, not to tell the story, because remember, it's only 12 episodes, so I want
Yeah.
you to watch it. He ends up going back in the time to try to fix it. And you got this great story that have you on the edge of your seat
It's
the
good.
entire
It's
time.
good.
I love it. I
I
love it.
heard that the live action they did was pretty decent too.
Oh, I didn't know they did it live
Yeah.
action. I
I,
wonder, does it
s-
have the same feel
I
though?
got a little ominous going into it and I kind of like clicked out because I was like, do I want to see kids get hurt today? That is
That
a trigger warning in there. There's 100% child abuse in there.
Oh yeah.
So
So
just fair
if you
warning.
are going to watch that, like
That's why I
Bonnie
was like,
said,
the live action was kind of like, okay, I can't do this.
yeah. So these aren't animated children at this point. It's like out there. I'm sorry. I have issues this month. I got a snack.
That's all right. I got you. We're going to
Snack.
talk about the classic 12 episode awesomeness that it was, Yuri on motherfucking ice.
Mm. Mm.
So, pretty much, I feel like everyone has watched this. If you haven't, I would suggest you watch it first and for yes, thank you, Yuri on Ice. Pretty much skater, feels like he's just not doing what he's supposed to do. Ice skating, I gotta think for
Yeah.
sports anime. Feels like he's just not doing what he's supposed to be doing at his level of ice skating. Goes back home, fatten himself up, and then somebody records his perfect 1-to-1 with the top ice skater out there. And
Mhm.
that guy sees it and comes and trains Yuri, and bam, we get to watch the escalation of competitive ice, and I guess how everyone is gay in this anime, but I love it. And
Yes, everybody. And I don't care because they belong together. I still want them.
everybody's gay in this anime, and I'm not even mad about it.
And let me say, Yuri is one of those series that I felt like should have gave me a season two, and we never got one.
We were supposed to. We got an OVA, but that was about it.
I don't think I've seen the OVA.
Yeah, with the other Yuri dancing all sexy with
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Yeah. It's a thing.
I feel some kind of way about that. Because, like, isn't he like 15 or something crap like that?
Yeah, they're all like really young. I mean, the Yuri and that our pork cutlet bowl, sexy pork cutlet bowl, he's
Yeah.
like 20. He's like 20.
Yeah, he's a little older.
Yeah. But the
Um,
other Yuri is like the Russian Yuri is like 15.
okay. I'm gonna put my other one. Um, I'm gonna try to write them. And the reason being, I'm gonna try to write them in the chat because I know we've had several haters that say, "Oh, I want to look these up." So I'm gonna write them in the chat. They're not listed as in, "Oh yeah, this is the order." They're just out there.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
just throwing shit out there
So my
until time
third
runs
one,
out.
right? My third one that I feel like is bingeable is the series Anohana, the flower that we saw that day.
I tried watching
So
that.
it is 11 episodes and it is a mystery involving a group of fr- I'm sorry, friends. They're not no longer as close as they used to be because after the tragic passing of one of their core friend groups, this girl that was in their group, after she died, kind of horrifically, she drowned. Their group kind of fell apart because she was kind of like you know how that friend group has that everybody likes them, so we're around each other because of this one particular person, and she died. So um, everybody trying to get together when her ghost reappears. Um, they're trying to make amends to give her ghost a good farewell. They don't know why her ghost reappeared. Not only did the ghost reappear, but is projecting themselves as the same age as the core group is now, all these years later.
Right.
And I think they're like in middle school or high school now. But anyway, they go about their own trauma of what happened or what they went through after the passing of their friend. And I'll leave it at that. I will say this one, much like Erased, is very much a enter at your own risk. It
Yeah.
does touch on some very heavy subjects, considering that the whole point of it is to help a ghost make peace amongst the friends making peace. And there is some very, particularly there's like this one scene where this guy ends up, one of the friend groups ends up cross dressing, and I have to say it like that to try to make peace with what was going on. It's pretty heavy. I One of my favorites. I've seen it a couple of times. Onyx couldn't make it through it, she said. But
I'm
it's pretty
sorry.
good. If you want to, it's not going to make you cry. So there's no
No.
thug tears. There's no thug tears. I didn't have any thug tears. It just will put you in some feelings about, wow, that's hmm. It'll make you do that, like, huh, wow, that was good. I enjoyed it. It took me a while to click on it when I first saw it advertised. I'll tell you how it always come up in the
Yeah.
recommendations. I didn't click on it. It took me like a couple of years before I just broke down and clicked on it. I got curious. I clicked on it and enjoyed it. So maybe you will too.
I'm I got a lot, so that's why I'm just going down the list. Okay.
Oh, well, go ahead because I wrote mine down. So I am just every time you throw one out after you explain, I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw it out there
I got y'all. Hold on. Number
because I wrote some. Uh,
Death Parade.
Ooh.
12 episodes.
Okay.
This has no manga. This was actually kind of like if our SAG Awards in Japan had SAG Awards for anime. Pretty much the guy came up with this pilot and it kicked off. And that's what Death Parade is. Quite literally, the whole entire anime is we're going to play games to judge your soul.
Ooh la la.
The morality in the games is rough to watch sometimes. You literally got, for instance, one game is the mom exploiting her children for money. But when you get down to the nitty gritty, you realize, well, I had nothing. My parents treated me this way. My father beat me and raped me, and I had to make sure that my children were successful no matter what. And then you start thinking about the morality of things. It really, really ticks your moral gauge on a lot of these games that they play, because it's like, could you, sympathize a bit with her? Right. About making her children successful through, exploitation. I mean, none of them, because she was treated the way she was sexually assaulted by her own parents. She was mostly just saying, I need my kids to stand up on their 2 feet. Because then you find out in the end, for that round, that I think the mother had like cancer and was dying. So she was pushing her kids. So it's kind of like we're really gray area here. This whole anime is gray area. I'm not going to spoil the end. I actually really hate the end. But
got one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. But Death Parade, I love a good morality punch in the face. Yeah, I'm here for it.
And what's weird is, why have I still yet to watch this show? Like, you've even cosplayed.
I've cosplayed as the main character.
And still have not watched this show. And I feel some kind of way, because it sounds like it would be right up my alley. I like it mystery or something like that. I don't understand why people watch the show.
I mean, they have some mystery to it, because you don't understand why our main female character is not going through the process. They kind of have her in like this weird place where, okay, we don't really know what to do with you. And you find out why in the end. But the fact that every episode we get to see these new types of morality type deals. No. And the games, if you're not biggest on blood, guts, and violence, it's torturing them to play these games. There is some torture aspect to this.
How light on the torture are we?
Light on the torture, heavy on the psycho torture.
Okay, so not.
Yeah, we're more torturing this, but there is physical torture.
Okay, I got you. All right, so.
Yeah, so just be aware.
Gotcha. All right, my next recommendation, I don't know. I called the question just like how Ray said earlier, whether or not you an actual anime fan. If you've never seen this one, it's only 6 episodes. We're talking about
Fooly
Cooly.
My husband's favorite anime. He said quite literally when he sat down to watch. I know this is yours. I'm so sorry. He sat down to watch Fooly Cooly on Toonami and was blown away by the weirdness, and that's what got him into it.
And that's exactly how I can't really describe it for real, other than it is allegorical for growing up. And you got Hanako, who is chasing Adamus across some dimensional galaxy because he's like a space pirate or some crap, and she's trying to get some power from him. And then Mechanica, the company, is doing some weird shit in this town, and you got Naota, who is just got chosen by Hanako to just for her weirdness, and she's trying to bring it out of him because he got the power to use his head as an interdimensional portal to call the little space pirate out so she can get his power. It's weird. It's all over the place. It's hard to describe, even though it's 6 episodes deep. It's a wild ride. It's going to take you about 4, 5, 6 viewings to try to make some sense out of it. It is great because I remember the first time I watched it, which is the same as Onyx's husband. It came on Toonami way back in the day. They announced how odd it was. I watched it, and I was after those 6 episodes. I was like, "What the hell did I just watch? This is so good." I don't know what it is. Honest, you muted though.
Oh, sorry, I was talking to number one.
Yeah,
It's an acid trip, but it is a delicious acid
it
trip.
is. Um, Please note that we did not say any Fooly Cootie iterations. I
Yeah.
said the original one. I did not say grunge. I did not say alternate or the rest of those one. Nope. I said the original one. Go watch that one. It's great. Yeah.
All right, let's see here. I want to talk about one, but it got 2 movies, so I don't know if I could talk about it.
I think it technically counts. And put like this. Well, let me ask you this. Can you get, well, no, because I got one on there that has a couple of movies and some games. So I think that's fair. You might as well go and throw that one on there.
Okay, Violet Evergarden.
Oh, yeah.
13 episodes.
My niece got me onto Violet
That
Evergarden.
first
It
and
punched you in the heart,
oh, dude,
man.
but first and foremost,
Oh, it's
visuals,
gorgeous.
visuals are tier, top
It's
tier. Even for being
pretty.
coming out in 2018, still top tier because I
Who
just
you telling
rewatched
this?
this last year. Oh man, it is. How do I even put this? It is an emotional landslide, not even a roller coaster, thank you,
Mm-hmm.
of what is love, pretty much, and
Yeah,
how you get throughout the show instances of some different types of love, but honestly, what our main character is looking for
right,
is what it means to her and the person
right,
who told her I love you as their last words.
right.
So,
And it's so,
oh,
my
shot through the
niece,
heart.
right. My niece kept pushing me to watch this series, and I finally broke down and watched it. You have this woman who very much tailored and trained for war
Military.
battle. Yeah.
War.
And I think it was like her colonel or whoever
Yep.
it was, her captain or colonel, okay, that she served. Think Riza and Roy Mustang. She
Yeah.
was devoted to that man, and he ended up getting killed. But in the beginning of the series, you're left under the impression that the man is still
Yeah.
alive. Um, and she's like, "Oh, I got to get to him." And anyway, she ends up taking his job because I guess in the time period they were portraying that people would convey other people's feelings in writing. So they were like dolls. Their job was just to write letters, and put it into the words that people weren't so privy into, right? Like they didn't have
It's
the
almost like a
knack
translator
or
for someone's emotions that they're trying to get across.
correct. And you literally had to be good at it to get some of the good jobs. And then you see Violet getting one between two lovers, like a princess and a prince. So when she had to write the most beautiful things, as just like Onyx said, she was able to write these beautiful letters without understanding what love was. And that is her journey. It's almost like a journey of self-discovery for herself while she has this child. It's a beautiful story and it's pretty to look at. It's
It
gorgeous.
is so party.
And they do have a couple of movies. So
Yeah.
if you can't get enough after you're done watching, you just said, I want more
Pretty.
emotional. Right. You find those movies and all of this stuff. I did write down most of this stuff can be found on Funimation or Crunchyroll or High Dive or Amazon Prime. So pick your
Yeah.
poison. Even now, a couple of these, if you have like YouTube, the big one, you can find a couple of these there. I want to say because
You can.
yeah.
Hulu
So
too. Hulu and
yeah,
Netflix. Like
yeah,
Violet Evergarden was a Netflix exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
yes. So if you are like, oh man, where do I go? That's where you go for most of these. All right. One of my love hate series that is, yes, it technically has some spin-offs, but what's weird about it is those spinoffs all tell the same story, which is why it's on this list, because it is as the spin-offs and the offshoots are as weird as the series itself. I've talked about it before. You know it. I know it. You know it's on this list. Get ready to weird yourself out with Puella Magic
I knew that was coming.
Modica Magica. It is only 12 episodes long of pure weirdness. What you have is girls who it subverts the genre of the magic, well, it subverts the magical girl genre.
Please
And
excuse
what
the
you
noise.
have is what you have is a bunch of girls who seemingly like they made a contract to be a magical girl. They fight against the witches, to make sure that they don't disrupt the human world with all their malice in their palaces. And but there's a twist
A
in
twist.
this,
What a
right?
twist.
And the twist is that the magical girls are destined to turn. Well, I feel like if I say that, it's
Don't
kind of
just.
spoiling the
It's
series.
a deconstruction of the magical girl genre on a darker side. Bam. Join. Watch it.
Boom.
Watch that
Yep.
shit.
Go watch it. It's 12 episodes of pure insanity, because in the way they start to tell the story, you may or may not initially follow what's going on. They do have some offshoots. And by I mean by that's like, okay, but why did you put it on the list? Well, the reason I put it on the list is the other offshoots tell the same exact story, but from a different perspective from another character. So it's not another season. It's like the same season, just from another perspective, if that makes sense. Trust me, it will if you watch the show. It is very odd. But if y'all didn't learn anything about Geeky by now, you know she liked them
Like you
odd
like
ass
that weird
animes.
shit, girl.
Yes, I do. If it's the more uncanny, the better. If it slightly unsettles you, you know I probably already watched it or recommend it to me because I'm going to watch it.
Yup.
I like it. It is very unsettling. I like it a lot though. And the only thing I can say is don't make contracts with weird looking rabbits. There you go. And I'll put it in the chat. I don't like Onyx said, I don't want to tell too much because I feel like if I do, it kind of spoils
Yeah.
the twist, but it's only 12 episodes. You can knock it out. They even condensed, even for shorter for you. They even have a movie that condenses the same 12 episodes in one movie. Again, not a different story, the same exact story with the same exact dialogue.
Right.
So go do with that information as you will, but go enjoy it. It's only 12 episodes. It's all through Crunchyroll. It's actually all through Funimation. It's very readily accessible.
Yeah.
Please go get this oddness and this weirdness in your life. That's my other recommendation.
Oh man, I got a classic here, but a lot of people skip
Oh,
over it for the mere fact that the first episode is just crazy. And
mm.
I did number 6, 7, Angel Beats.
Hey, I haven't
7.
seen all of that in a minute, yo.
I rewatch this at least. This is one of the types of animes I rewatch at least like once every 2 years.
I got you.
Um, it starts off real goofy,
Yeah.
and I think that turns a lot of people away from it.
Oh, huh.
I do like both the English and the Japanese dub. I've watched it in both several times.
Nice.
Pretty much, these kids are in this purgatory world. And this purgatory world is literally a school. It's a school.
That's
And
pure be hell.
there's guns and shit. There's war. Pretty much, the kids who are. How do I put this without spoiling the ending? Because it's all wrapped up nice in a bow at the end. Um, I will say these kids are dead, and they're in this purgatory world, in this high school, and
Mm.
they are consistently going against the grain of school so that they don't get, what do they call it, like poofed away,
Oh,
or
that
something
sucks.
like that,
Yeah.
because they find out that if you go with the grain of school, you disappear. And so they go against this girl
Oh.
named, you've never seen this?
Like I said, I'm one of those people that fell off in the
Yeah,
beginning. I never
because
made it all the way through.
so they're going against this girl named Angel. This is like 50. Oh my God, this child. 15 on one. Like, that's, I think, the count that you start with of kids is like 15 of them, or maybe 12 or something. On
Okay.
one, the girl Angel is trying to force them to conform to the school's ways. And
Huh.
as you go through it, by you start to get an inkling that this is a little deeper than it's supposed to be by like the second or third episode, when
Hmm.
our main character who rolls in there starts asking the real questions.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, it's, I don't want to spoil much else because like I said, this is one of those that you got to get your tear box ready, your thug tears ready at the end.
Wet.
Yeah, like
Mm.
I think this is the anime that first made my oldest kid cry. Yeah, my stone brick wall child.
Challenge accepted because I cry at nothing.
I
I'm
know.
gonna watch this now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it is 12 episodes. It is, when you get to the end, it just, that, how do I
Wow.
put it? It's a hurting feeling, and I think when adults watch it, it hurts more. It's kind of like, I did I miss out on my opportunities type deal.
I'm gonna
Did I
go watch that.
yeah, watch it. It's hard. It's hard to watch. It's fun. Just hard to
Huh.
watch. It's hard to watch. It is a crier for me, and like I said, it starts off like straight crack, but then you realize why they're like this, and you
Yeah.
start getting backstories, and you start listening to their dreams that they wanted for themselves. But remember, they're all dead.
Yikes.
And so, yeah, that one's a rough one to watch. Get your
And this
Kleenex
one
on this
is
one.
this one's an older
It
anime, right?
is maybe 2007. I'm not 100% sure, but it
Huh.
is 2000s anime.
I'm gonna look for it. I know it's on
Netflix.
is it on Netflix? Huh. I wonder why something like that isn't on Crunchyroll.
I don't know if it is
Either way, I
now,
should be
but
able to watch this without commercial interruption.
yeah, you should.
That's what's up. Okay. That was going on my list. I will try to make it past
Episode 3.
the
Take
beginning.
the crack
Yeah.
for what it is. Take the crack for what it is.
Well, now that I know that it's about to get real, I'm gonna push through. All right. This one is a staple. I'm just gonna read y'all what I have on my list because this one was great, and that is Afro Samurai.
Oh yeah.
Another very short one. It's shorter than Fooly Cooly. It's only 5 episodes. And what I wrote, because I think this was funny, Black Samurai, yes, who
Yes.
is pursuing the one with the number one headband and revenge for the death of their father. Afro has the number two headband, so is always has someone challenging him for that headband because you want the number one headband. If you love gory action and a change from the typical pro tag look, this anime is for you. Also, the other thing that's going to be a selling point, voiced by one of the
The
teddy bear
one.
characters, the one and only
The one and
Samuel L.
only.
Jackson,
Motherfucker. Samuel L. Jackson in this
the
piece.
hardest. Well, he said the hardest working man in Hollywood. Please go watch it for that. It is very short. It is great. It is also one of those anime that it is very visually stunning to look at least in my opinion. Some people might not like it. I don't know why they wouldn't, but I think they did it justice by not having it look like crap. Afro is great
Oh
looking.
yeah. The animation is
Uh,
real good for 2000s also.
yes, it is. You have some great cinematography in it. I love it. It is gory though, because they don't shy away from the brutality of Samurai because remember he is seeking revenge for his father, and there is a
Vengeance.
twist at the end. So again, won't take you long. Couple of hours, you can knock this series out, especially if you watch the way that I watch, which is skip those intros and outros and keep it moving after you
Yeah,
enjoy it the
that's
first
what,
time and just do
less
it.
than 30 minutes. Not the episodes are what, like
Right. Yeah.
15. So yeah,
Yep.
you're
You
looking at
can
like 2.5 hours max
right.
tops
You churn those
with
bad
potty
boys
breaks.
with potty breaks. So you can
With
knock that one
potty
out and be like,
breaks.
man, Why was I sitting on this? I don't know why you were sitting on Afro Samurai, but get on it. Correct that. Correct that problem. Go watch it right now. Boom. There you go.
Boom.
Enough said.
Sorry, I'm getting like text messages and shit from
You
people.
say that, and then my phone did it too. And it's like, well, who would be texting me? Stupid.
Um, I feel like I'm gonna take this one from you, but it is what it is.
Uh-huh.
Carol and Tuesday.
Surprisingly, I forgot about that one. So, nope.
What?
Yep,
Let
you
me make
are
sure I'm spelling Carol
okay.
right. I love music and I love the creation and the whole process of how music works. Thank you.
Yep.
Um, I think the setting and everything for Carol and Tuesday is amazing. Aren't they on Mars and all
It
that?
is. Carol and Tuesday is beautiful. Oh,
The I literally when I watch this, the and I how do I put this? I love how the musicians that they chose to put on this show were almost like phantoms of popular musicians we know today. I swear to God, when that Erica Badu looking girl rolled up all mystically like, I have all her songs now on
I was about to
Spotify.
say, do
Yup.
yourselves a favor,
You
get that
love music?
soundtrack.
That soundtrack is delicious. And this whole anime is delicious. I don't know how else to say it. It's got some crazy shit in there, like the whole,
Yes.
and it's a reflection of society. You've got the whole going viral thing. You've got literally American Idol on there. You got people who came out here just to be assholes or just to be the worst. Like, I'm here
Yeah.
to be the villain. I'm here to be the assholes. That three quartet of guys singing, was it the three quartet? The trio singing, fuck this, how does that song go?
I
Oh my
can't
god,
remember.
oh my
It's like
god.
because it's so much music
It's so
in
much
that
music, and then you
series.
have like
So
your
good.
thriving artist who quite literally is like, I'm the best, I will be the best, I don't care what I have to do to be the best.
And then they touch on one that was like literally handpicked to be an industry
Oh
plant.
yeah.
And she's a sweet girl and she actually does have talent, but the people that are pushing her out there, particularly like her mom and the
Yeah.
producers, they are tailoring her sound to be perfect
Right.
because that's what the people want. So yeah, no, it's a great
It
series. Oh my
is,
gosh,
it
it will.
is.
Yeah, what is that, 12
It is
episodes?
12
It's told in
episodes.
two parts. So you
Yep.
got like part one, you got part two. So and then on top of that, it's really pretty. You got great music. I haven't heard a song in there that made me be like, oh my God, this some crap.
Oh
No,
god,
it's just
that
a
no, every single song is great. I'm sorry, that girl that portrays like the Erica Badu type soul, neo soul, is my
that
favorite.
that whole part at the music festival was a great one. Like that whole music
Oh
festival
my
festival
gosh.
section was a great
It is, whoo, lordy.
with the various artists. Do yourselves a favor if you have not, and I think that was on Netflix, right? Carol and
That
Tuesday was
was a
on Netflix.
Netflix that
Uh,
exclusive.
right. If y'all have not, if you love music like Onyx, do yourselves a favor. Go watch
That
Carol and
made my
Tuesday.
earballs just the happiest.
Plus, I do like it anytime we get some people of color in here, and this
Oh,
series is chock full
this,
of people
yes.
of color. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. I debated putting this one on here because technically it's not even a favorite of mine. It started off as potential, it had none. As I went on, I was very disappointed in it. And it's literally we have Magica Puella at home, and that's Wonder Egg priority.
Oh, you went off on this
And
one.
literally is we got Puella Magica at home. And that's all I got
Yeah.
to say about that. It wants to be odd and quirky and weird, which is why I clicked on it because you are dealing with some heavy subjects because everybody that the girls in this type, not quite magical girls, but kind of are, and they have to try to bring back the person that they lost in their life by cracking these eggs and basically helping out these doppelgangers from these two scientist dudes. So replace Hubie with the weird bunny and put two weirdo faceless people there that are running this experiment for these nameless people. Just like I said, it's Puella Magica Modica at home.
Yeah. I'm not watching this.
And they dropped the ball so egregiously on episode because it was technically 12 episodes. They added a 13th.
To try to cover
There
their
are
tracks.
and there are video essays out here on how badly they dropped it.
Yeah.
Why is it on my list? You might like it for whatever God knows reason you might too. Because don't get me wrong, it had the potential. It gave me all of the weird that I wanted. And then instead of wrapping up those weirdness or giving us the resolve that we wanted, because there is no season two, they already announced this it's
Yeah,
going.
it's
That's the other
done.
reason why it's on this list. Um, because they effed up so bad.
Oh yeah, they did. They definitely dropped the ball.
Trust me, I would say watch up into episode 12 and just forego the 13th episode because you don't get anything out of it. There are a lot of still shots in the 13th episode, which means the animation budget was cut all the way. Um, so you got a lot of still shots. And I'm talking about old Hanna-Barbera cartoon era still shots with voices talking because they were saving money on the animation. It's pretty bad. Um, it's one of those things where it dropped the ball and I'm a little sad about it, but I did like it up to a point, kind of, sort of. So if you're curious and you're like me and you like the weird and unsettling, go check it out. And then we can all be pissed off together.
Together.
There you go.
Oh man, no. So this one is virally came back into surface probably about 3 years ago.
All right.
But I love zombies. I love zombies. I love zombie animes. Train to Busan
I
is my
knew you was gonna
shit.
say that one.
This is so horrible in retrospect, but High School of the Dead is entertaining. It's an entertaining anime.
Is this the one with the weird ass titties again?
So if anyone has ever seen the titty animation where a bullet flies through this girl's titties and hits its target, this is that anime. And it is so entertaining. It is so entertaining. And I have read decently far in the manga before. I think it was a brother duo. One wrote, one illustrated. I think the illustrator
that's kind of cool.
Well, the illustrator brother had cancer last I checked, so they had to put this on hiatus until further notice. But it was,
I got you.
The story gets crazy, y'all. Like, it gets even more cracked than what it is now in the 12 little shitty episodes we get, because you want more. This is one of those animes that are like, I fucking want more. I want more. Oh, dude, it's, if you're, so I would say the only people who would really be turned off about this is the people who do not like hardcore fan service, because there is ass and titties everywhere. There's ass.
I thought you was gonna say zombies, because that would be me.
No, even with the whole zombie things is like, that's not you. There's ass and titties everywhere. Like, they're fighting in thongs and aprons at this point. It's rough to watch if you easily are like, but I'm a pervert, so.
But it doesn't take itself seriously, though,
It doesn't.
Okay.
And that's probably the best
See,
part
I'm
of
okay
it.
with that. It doesn't take itself seriously.
Because they have, like, and it also, in the midst of all of the fan service and in the midst of all of the zombieing, you have an actual story that's good. And
Okay.
pretty much and there's of course some Sally Sue shit, but you have the main protagonist who pretty much is like, I'm going to save my childhood friend who I'm secretly in love with, and we got to get the fuck out to school. Like, that's how the first episode pops off, is him getting his bestie, who is his childhood friend's boyfriend, getting him, grabbing her, and she's like, and the way, like, I don't know if you've ever seen the meme either, where the girl stands up and he just slaps the fuck out of her. Like, that's this anime. And he pretty
Oh.
much says, shut your mouth, let's go.
Mm.
And they're out. They're rolling the fuck out of here. Now, it's very imperative on the people they pick up along the way. You
Yeah.
have, and this is how much I love this anime, our main male protagonist. They get the childhood friend girl who is a
Yeah.
pole arm user. She practices at school, Hopkido.
Gotcha.
So she knows how to use a pole arm. You got the gun toting fat otaku who knows how to turn a nail gun into a weapon because he's a gun enthusiast. And if
All
you're,
right.
and I think it says his dad is a hunter, which it is very, very hard in Japan to get a license for a gun. It takes
Gotcha.
almost 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
They get the nurse. The nurse, they get the nurse. They get the loudmouth, twin-tailed tsundere, but her daddy and mommy are political icons in politics.
Like, how is that helping us in a zombie
Hold on.
apocalypse? Because
And then you get the quiet, crazy bitch who is actually like third-rank katana user at school.
Because of course she is.
Yeah. And so the nurse gets them to the military girlfriend because the nurse, I think, is her girlfriend is high operative military. So there's gun.
Yeah.
Her apartment is actually a stronghold for a while. Of course, you get the unnecessary child and dog that tag along.
Where the kid came from? It's a high school.
Well, they get out. Of course, they get
Okay.
out of the high school, and when they start moving into town, because they start raiding police stations, and they're trying to get a way out at this point.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or at least to a safe place to rest during these extreme moments, because there's some
Yeah.
crazy shit that happens. It also shows you how quickly society falls into barbaric ways with when they get on this bus. You got this
Yeah.
shitty teacher who, since he saved the kids, now he wants them to do favors for him, like those type of favors. And yeah, like I said, it's so quick on how society falls back into barbaric mindsets. That's why I said there's a whole story here between the ass and titties. As much as I love ass and titties, there is a story.
If you wade through all the
If
nipples,
you wade through the ass cheeks and wade
right,
through
and
the weird
spread,
shit that happens,
there's a
and
story in there.
there's a story in here. But
It's like the people who say they read Penthouse for the articles.
That's me. Because I could go into like Sekirai too, which is another one that's definitely over. But I think does Sekirai have 12 episodes? You know what? I'm not talking about it unless I find out. But yeah,
Right.
High School of the Dead. Holy shit! If you could get past the titties and the ass and the unrealistic boob expectations,
Like we promised, there's a story.
I
in
promise
there
there's a
somewhere.
story, guaranteed. So, my recommendation: High School of the Dead.
All right, I got this one. It satiates my anime crack addiction. I just ran into this randomly and I was addicted to it. And this is Asobi Asobase. All it is about three girls.
Oh,
Each
that's they funny.
episode,
They funny.
yep, each episode is like 11 minutes long, and they do some weird ass shit after school and try to get up under the other one's skin. That's all I got to say about it. Please go watch it. It is crack. No episodes make any sense. All I gotta say, when you get to the Butler episode when old girl keep having gas and she
Oh my
keeps
god.
farting,
Oh my god.
you already know where this is going because fart jokes are
Oh my
involved.
god.
Okay, it is a it is a hella funny anime because the opening makes you believe like it's just three cute friends and we're doing cute things,
Cute
and then they
girls
just
doing
break
cute
out into this
things.
rock anthem. It is crazy. It don't make sense. They're just a series of short stories that these girls they just get together, play games, and they just try to weird each other out.
Pretty much.
That's it. It's short, it's sweet. There's nothing to explain. If you just want to bust a gut because it's ridiculous on every sense of the word, please go watch that. Please go watch it. Do yourself a favor. You just want to laugh because you're feeling down. Like right now, the cycle guys are coming for me. You
Mm-hmm.
might just go watch it. and just laugh and just
Crack
lose
at
my
its
shit. That's
best.
it. That's it. That's all it is. That's it. All right. That's all I got for that one.
Can Horimiya count? I know they just came out with some extra episodes.
Horimiya has a second season.
Damn it.
So yeah, and
It
I watched it.
just
It's
came
really
out, and
good.
I can't talk
Now
about
that
Sekiro
second
either.
season is full of crack,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I bust a gut. It is funny, especially when they was under the little tatami, and they fell asleep with the dad, and they fell asleep, and their legs were all tangled and intertwined, and they couldn't get out. It was
It is. It's. I
really good.
read that on accident. I stumbled onto Horimiya on accident, and I just kept
Right.
reading. It was a great read.
Now, if y'all just want a recommendation, yes. Is it short? No. It has two
It's not
seasons,
short.
but
It's got me
it
with
is
the.
funny though.
I'm trying to think. Okay, the second season for this one has not come out. Yes, that is the one that got spanked on the butt super hard.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go into this before the second season of this one comes out. So let's see if I can write this correctly. Number
Okay.
13 is
Right.
going. Oops, is going to be. How do they spell it? Shit. There you go. Skate the Infinity. I'm a fan of sports.
Used to like that one, but I haven't seen it in
It got
eons.
announced for a season 2, so woo.
I did it now.
Yeah.
Wow. But that's been like eons ago though.
This is
Wow.
was the one where everyone did the voiceover when the English came out, and he was like, "Welcome, bros, girls, bros, and non-binary hoes," or something like that, and everyone lost it on the internet, and it was crazy.
I know that it messed my
Yeah,
microphone up, but still, that was hilarious.
yeah, man. They were like, "Holy shite!" Pretty
Girls,
much, it's
bros,
a
and non-binary hoes.
yeah, the internet lost their mind. They lost their mind. Absolutely.
Losing my shit right now.
Yes. And it's a good. I like it in both.
Fine.
I think I watched only a little bit in Japanese, but I finished it up in English.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much our boy from Canada comes down to Japan. He's a snowboarder. Of course,
Oh, right.
there's some other deepness to it, but it's a bros anime, and
Mhm.
I'm not, but silly bros anime. It's cute. It's cute. Of course, you get the child prodigy in there, who and pretty much okay. So the premise is there's this underground skateboarding fight club,
Okay.
and you skateboard, and there's stuff on the line, and people have aliases. It's Fight Club but for skateboarding, and it's really fucking entertaining. That's the best.
I have to rewatch. I'm gonna have to rewatch that again.
Watch it in
Good.
English, because the shit that this flamboyant blue-haired motherfucker be saying is hilarious. Oh, it's bitches, bros, and non-binary hoes. That's what he
You
says.
know what? I love it.
Bitches,
I'm sorry.
bros, and non-binary hoes.
I love the presentation. All right.
I'm definitely gonna turn this into a short.
I the presentation makes me giggle. Um, I now have to watch it, if not just to get to that
That
particular
yeah.
one. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm coming, y'all. I got one. Hold on. I'm coming. I wrote it. I wrote it. I wrote it. I wrote it. Okay. That one I'm gonna have to pull up. Okay. My next one is, if y'all don't already know, every once in a while, Gigi gets sentimental, just like Anohana, the flower that we saw that
Oh
day.
Lord.
Here's another one on that list that's gonna be almost in that vein. Um, but one of my favorites, I had just started working a new job, and so I came across this anime on my break, and I looked forward to watching a new episode on my break. Even then, back then, it was releasing an episode a week. One of my favorite ones is called A Place Further Than the Universe. And it is about this girl who had a dream.
Oh, I know what you're
And
talking
I don't
about.
mean like a dream of being asleep, like she had a dream of traveling to Antarctica. because her mother was like a researcher, and she went out there on this expedition and she wanted to get outside of her bubble. So think The World Ends with You, but for high school girls. And so they get this opportunity to sign up for this expedition. And they were only taking a few people in their age group to go take a big giant cruise liner, but not in the sense of a cruise, but like with other researchers and scientists to travel to Antarctica. And the anime is not a love story or anything like that. It literally is about four girls who become friends because they weren't initially all friends. They sign up for this expedition, they get picked to go on it, and they have a once in a lifetime opportunity to travel to Antarctica, learn things about themselves, and see the world larger or outside of Japan and outside of themselves in high school. Um, and it's beautiful because they one of those animes that goes into great detail explaining life on a ship, things that you have to learn to be on a research ship, the duties. They go into details about how cold it is, food rations, how they have to go outside on the boat every once in a while and do all these exercises to keep their limbs from going into atrophy because they can't really get on land. Um, it's pretty to look at, not the most stunning thing to look at, but
Yeah.
it's one of those anime that if you didn't think you needed to know that much about how to be on a research ship.
This gave me just an idea for a topic. We could literally do like art
Mm,
imitates life, but anime
mm.
imitates life, because there are several animes that really go into the production of certain things. Um,
And this is one of them.
yeah,
Another series that come to mind since you said that was the
Shirobaka.
one the one that goes into detail about how to be a mangaka, the one that goes into detail about being a voice actor comes to mind, a video game programmer. I saw that, and the one that the newest one that talks about being a cosplayer and making
Oh, I was
costumes. The
gonna
one
put
with
that one on
like
here.
yeah. Oh no, y'all don't say yeah, but that one that falls to mind what you're
Yeah.
talking about. But if you're looking for one of those anime, you just like those that teach you something and still having a really good story. Check out A Place Further Than the Universe. It is only 13 episodes. So there you go.
Okay, so as much as I love zombies and people killing each other, I have a very soft spot for actual happy relationships.
Okay.
So, number 15, and I got two of them probably back to back unless you steal one, is My Happy Marriage.
Ah, I forgot about that one. It's so good. And I didn't put that one on there because they got a season two
It's
coming.
coming, but it's
It's
not
not
out
out
yet. It's
yet.
not out
Yes,
yet.
it's so good. Oh, it's
Oh
so good.
man, oh man, my little soul melts. I think I squealed every episode. I'm just like, yay! They love it. They like each other. They're gonna have babies. Like every
I
time.
know.
Every
Oh
single
my
time.
gosh.
Every single time.
I know I got on my husband's nerve because I was like, no, a new episode because they came out every
Yeah,
Wednesday.
I did.
I,
And I had heard about it, like, in general, that, because I'm not sure where this one came from. I don't think it's a manhwa, but
I was about to say, wasn't it a
it
manhwa? Did it
was,
start
and
off as a
yeah, I think it
manhwa?
was. I think it was. Let me see if there's some information.
Which shout out to the Koreans. They coming through.
Oh, and the Chinese
Yeah, with these, these stories.
manhwas.
Yeah, for real. Like they are
So
serving up some
Solo Leveling is
stories.
a manhwa.
Hmm.
Um,
What's the other one? The sexy one that I like with the sexy Heaven's Official Blessing.
that is one too.
Link Click.
Yep, they are
Another one,
those, because those twos
the
are
body switching one that I like,
Link
girl.
Click and Heaven's Official Blessing is Chinese. Solo Leveling is Korean.
I
And
want to say the body switching one that I like, girl, is the other one that's Korean. The guy, he's overweight, but he woke up in a
oh
sexy
yeah, I
body.
don't know the name, but I know what
I
you're
think they
talking
got
about.
like
It.
8 or 12 episodes too, Chad. I forgot to put that one on this list, but it can
Yeah, but
show
they
go on.
coming
But I
through.
think they
They
got a
getting
season
they
two.
shine. They getting they shine. But My Happy
Indeed.
Marriage is pretty much a story about A neglected girl. Yeah, Heaven's official because
Yes,
we
I
have
want
the
to say
books
it's
here.
Shining.
We have the books
Yeah.
here. Because my child is
And I
infatuated with
want to
that
say I
series.
mistakenly said it was Korean the last time I was saying it to Sheik, but I want to say, yeah, I want to say it's
Yeah.
Chinese.
But
Yeah.
okay, so my happy marriage is literally about a neglected child from a prestigious family. And they kind of mail her off as mail order bride to this quote unquote, the guy is scary.
Child.
He's a military general. I didn't even realize there was magic in the world until like episode 3, and I was like, there's magic too to go with this?
Right.
And it was very pleasing. You got one of those characters of you love to hate with the half sister, and she
Yeah.
sucks. Like it's a
That
good,
heifer was
like
trash.
entertaining. She sucks.
Yeah.
This also has a bit of torture in it. Um, but she gets knocked down to size too, which is nice. So pretty much we're just watching this girl learn that she is of legendary power and she's so much more than she thought she was, and you just watch her slowly doing better and better
And
in life,
Say really
and
does love her. He's so sweet for
does,
her.
and he is doing his best to make sure she stays on the up and up, and it's
He's so
just,
protective of her
it's
too.
so pretty to watch. It's so beautiful, and I'm just like, I love love.
Because she didn't manifest her powers when they thought she did. They kind of treated her like a servant. They knocked her down even though she's a royal lineage and stuff because her mom. Now the background that Honest was telling y'all about, they married off people based on this spiritual power that they had. So all these powerful families were like, so like her mom was like an arranged marriage, and she had like this one covenant power that like was your dreams and stuff. So they thought it was going to be passed down to her, but it never manifested early. So like the little step sister, she had some, so they just treated her like her farts,
Were,
like she farted out cotton candy.
oh yeah,
So they treated her like the servant, and she had like this best friend dude, and he loved her. But she, like Onyx said, got shipped off to this mean dude. They thought that he was gonna beat her and treat her like a servant. She was
turns
just
out
gonna be
he
sweet.
was the biggest teddy bear ever. It's cute. It's cute
It's
shit.
cute.
Cute
It
couples
is
doing cute shit.
adorable. And I loved it. And then when they realized her power was coming out, because they was like, oh, one of the most powerful families have like
Right.
our powerful. We just gave her away, da 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 da. And they tried to get her back and try to marry her off to her cousin child. Oh,
Ooh, it
it
was
got
stanky.
stank.
It got
I
stank.
loved
And
it.
then the stepsister was literally like to her husband, she was like, you should be with me. It was one of those, like, you should be
Yes.
with me. And I'm
After
like,
she didn't threw it in her sister's face that she got the best friend because it was arranged because the daddy was like, no, you're gonna be with him, blah 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 blah. And then she realized that, oh, it wasn't gonna work. And now that she know, oh, now I want the dude, but he didn't want nothing to do with it. Oh, it's a great series.
it's a
Please go
great
watch it.
series. If you love
Oh,
love, you gonna love this shit. Mm-hmm.
you gonna love it. Now I'm not gonna lie. It took me a minute to get used to her voice.
In
I get
English?
yeah, it grated
It
my nerve. I get
really?
why that, yeah, because I understood why, because me and a couple other folks in the nerd group was talking about it. I get why they probably went with that voice direction because she's supposed to sound
Right.
broken and oppressed. That still didn't help me feeling like it was like nails on a chalkboard. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really bothered me at first. But as she got stronger in her voice,
Yeah,
I
it
was
started
okay
to
with it.
show.
Yeah. All right.
What you got? What
Um,
you got? What you got?
my next one's on this list because I mean, I don't even like it. So I'm not even gonna
What? Then
say
we're
it
supposed to be recommending good anime.
because everybody else like it. Here y'all
Oh.
go. Chainsaw Man.
All right, let's
Moving
just go
on.
ahead and go to 17.
I ain't
It's
talking about that
revolutionary.
bullshit again. I'm not talking that. Dead.
Bruh. Let me make sure
Oh,
I know the number of
I hate it
episodes
so
in
much.
this one. Got to make sure I know the number of episodes.
And if y'all are expecting us, nope, I'm going to direct you to our other episode. I'm not rehashing or
No.
reiterating none of the crap that we said
No,
because
no,
to this
no.
day, I still can't tell you whether or not that anime was trying to take itself seriously. And damn sure what it wasn't was revolutionary. I can tell you that.
All right. 13 episodes.
All
This.
right.
No, I'm a liar. It's
Oh no.
24. I can't talk about it.
Oh no. Maybe we'll just talk about our favorite anime and then we can just
Oh,
put
I
it
don't
on.
have a favorite anime. I'm quite literally in love with all the animes.
I have one that I watch for comfort on a regular basis. That is my favorite. It is Your Lie in April.
Oh my god, yes.
That one I will watch on repeat when I need to get some stuff out. So
Yeah.
I
That
do
and a
have a
silent
favorite.
voice. If you feel like crying because you got to cry, just a silent
There you
voice and you're
go.
lying April.
Boom. And no, Your Lie in April is not on the list because it's 24
Yeah.
episodes. So there you go with that. All right. You got another one for us?
Hold on, I'm
Because
going.
I got one.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna drop this one at 17 because 16 technically doesn't count. Again, and yeah, I'm saying again, because y'all already know I like the weird and the odd. And here's another one that is weird and odd and hard to explain, but it is Sunny Boy.
Oh, yeah. You were
Um,
really caught up on this one.
I love this anime. It is about a classroom of students who literally drift away into another dimension. And they are trying to figure out how they got there and how to get off this weird ass island that they are on or shift into these other dimensions that they keep popping into. The story is very weird because uh, they are there for some time. They end up getting these powers that they call like layovers or holdovers or something like that. And everybody has like a different one. Like one guy can see gorillas playing baseball that nobody else can see, and he has like can make these special flashlights for you can see it. You have this guy, he's from India. He can he does a lot of deductions with things. You got the guy that you actually follow at the start of this, who is suspected to be the cause of them being in this area because that's supposed to be his type of power. It's the reason why everybody is out here. It is very odd in the sense that I'm having difficulty explaining it without sitting down to write real points. Just take this away that you have a classroom of kids that have drifted off into some weird dimension with these powers. Come to find out that it's not what they seem, including time, because there is a set of kids that are also drifted away prior to this that was supposedly still caused by the guy that you're following, but they have been there for about 5,000 years. It is speculated that this is some type of not a game that God is playing, but something to make people realize about their life is very odd in that sense. You kind of get a weird sense about what's going on until these two quote unquote main characters are fighting their way to get back to see if anything has changed or if they have can see their life in a different light. I will say this, I learned one of my favorite bands from this show, which is Toe. It's a Japanese rock band. I literally Toe, Toe. Um, I love them. I even introduced them to my dad. They are one of the smoothest bands I've ever heard in
There
my
is
life.
like
I
a
love it.
5 hour video that I've saved on YouTube with just their music from Sunny Boy.
I made a playlist on them, just their band. It is great. It is very odd. It is only 12 episodes long. It is going to be some of the most confusing 12 episodes you ever watched. I've seen this anime a couple of times, and every time I see something or I pick up on something that I didn't quite pick up on the first time, it is a favorite of mine to rewatch. Um, I did. Okay, let me read what I wrote. Okay, so what I said was very weird, very odd anime of a class or classes of students that have drifted to a different dimension. They all develop powers that appear to have developed outside of this place. And it's heavily speculated that all of this happened because of the wishes of two people, which is Nagara, which is the main character, and Nozumi, which is the girl who can utilize her cats, kind of like Amazon. Um, and they are attempting to return home. That is at its basis, the way I can explain it. If that is any shape, form curious to you and you like the weird like I do, please do yourself a favor, watch Sunny Boy. It's going to make you go down a couple of rabbit holes, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I love it.
My next one
Okay.
is very under the radar.
Ooh,
It is
I like
called The World is Still Beautiful.
that was on my list.
I'm sorry.
I haven't watched it. No, no,
Oh,
no, not
oh
on this
no.
list.
I have
On my
watched it.
list to actually
Oh yeah,
watch.
yeah. I have watched it and read the whole thing. The manga's finished.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a
Okay.
big fan of this one. There is some iffiness about certain things.
Okay.
So heads up on the awkward booty child in the first episode. Pretty much, the Sun King has conquered the whole entire world, just about,
Okay.
and demands a bride from the Principality of Rain.
Okay.
And they send Nike over, which I, for the longest, called her Nike, because that is exactly how it's spelled,
Yeah, do it.
to be his bride. And she goes out of responsibility.
Okay.
And, like, even getting to the damn castle to meet the shitty child king, because he is a child king. I want to say he's like 13 or 14. No,
Okay.
he's 14. And she, I think, is 17. Our girl.
Oh, okay.
That's why I
Got
said
you.
it's a little bit of.
I got you. Yeah.
But we're going to have to look at it from almost a medieval point of. A medieval political standpoint.
Got
All
you.
right. So our boy here, he got a big head. I'm a big head. I've conquered the whole entire world. A ruthless, murderous killer. And this girl shows up, and the reason he wants her is
Okay.
because the princesses, there's four from the Principality of Rain, can summon the weather. So pretty much they're all,
Oh.
yeah. So he said, I want you to make it rain for me. And she's just like, I can't just do that. So there is like some
Hey,
time where
make it rain.
So she does. She does
Okay.
eventually in several aspects of it. She does. But then they start actually falling for each other over time. They start getting,
Wow.
let's rephrase, they start getting used, it's 12 episodes, so you're not going to get much. They start getting used to each other.
Okay.
And they start becoming attached to each other. And there are certain things that do happen that put this relationship in questionable terms until later on down the line if you actually read the manga. Pretty much there is one time where they had to do some royal bullshit and he was starting to panic. He was going back into his old ways of rage and he is putting his hands on her. For this 14, 13-year-old child to put his hands on that girl like that. He is threatening to like take her out,
Do
like
things. Oh,
yeah, like putting his
yikes.
childish pee-pee in her. Yeah. So there are some questionable aspects, and the thing is,
Hey.
she understands that this is a political battle he's fighting right now. She's trying not to take it into personal offense, but
Right.
it's a lot. And it's a lot of politics. It's a lot of, are we putting on the proper show? It's a lot of, go ahead and show your talent to these wonderful rich people, my darling wife. Things like that.
Yeah.
It's a big political show, and it shows you the stress under it, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
We find out some other things. We find out that she wasn't the one who was originally supposed to go to the Sun Kingdom. We find out she's significantly more powerful than what she is. And then later,
Does it? Oh well, I almost asked the question, but I was like, "Go watch it,
yeah,
Beatrice."
go watch it. Like it gets, it's the politics for me. It's the disgusting, it's politics, but it's
Mhm.
entertaining because it's soap opera is the best way I could put it. I mean, you've got the
Um,
older brother who's the war general who was in love with, they had different moms, and he was in love with his brother's mother. Like, it's skanky soap opera. It is, and I love it. I like how skanky soap opera it is, but I also like, once I got
right.
into the manga, there's a lot more support happening here.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I like the politics of it. I like the mysticality of having this family of people who summon rain and storms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the farewell song on the last episode hurt my little heart. I didn't expect the grandma to go off like that.
Okay. Come through me,
Yeah,
ma.
Mima was not pleased with this marriage. Several people were not pleased with this marriage. Everyone is trying to, these two get almost murked by outside sources about 20 times in the whole entire
That's a
story.
lot for like 12
No,
episodes.
for
It's
the
not even that
manga, the
long.
manga. Like
Oh,
they get
okay.
murked, like they, like girl gets an arrow to the shoulder. She gets all kind of shit fucked up with, like they try to kill her in the swamps under the castle catacombs. They try to kill him several times over. They try to drown
Yeah.
him. It's it's pretty much we're sticking together because the fact that they're trying to kill us, and that I
Yeah.
think is what starts forming their bond.
But we
So
don't get that in the anime
you get
though. That's
some
you
of it.
talking about
No, you
that
get
the
some of
manga.
it in the anime. But you
Okay.
realize it's so much more later down the line. Pretty much they said she died. She went to the desert country to try to sing rain into, because they were drying up so bad. So she was
Yeah.
like, if I have this gift, I want to use it all over the world. And so he lets her go, knowing he feels like he shouldn't, but he has to stay home. So she goes on this pilgrimage trying to sing into the back these oases. And the prince of the desert region pretty much hits on her, puts the moves on her, and when they get hit by a sandstorm says that she's dead or missing and then
I mean,
dead.
okay, but if all that's in the manga, what are we getting in the anime?
What you're getting in the anime
It's
is
not
the
does
big,
not sound
I know.
appealing.
What you're getting in the anime is how they form their bond, pretty much.
Okay.
That's what you're getting.
I
I
wonder if
still
they're
love
gonna
it.
do a season two then.
This is an old anime, dude. I wish they would do a season 2. I wish. I pray every day, almost as hard as all of the Oran Host Club high school people.
That one legit should have had a season two. Sorry, but the 24 episodes that we got, that was great. Oh man. Okay. Okay. My next recommendation going to involve a little bit more time travel.
Okay.
Onyx didn't like this one, but
Oh,
I
Lord.
did. It's one of my favorite ones, and it is Orange. And it is about this girl who gets these letters from her future self. So she's trying to figure out, okay, I don't know how this happens, but her future self is telling her things because her future self remembers what happened. And so she's telling her younger self so she can make better choices. And it all boils down to this particular kid that gets transferred to their school. And trigger warning, there is an event of suicide in this anime. And what the older iteration of the main character is trying to do is guide her younger self to make better choices in how her and her group of friends treat this particular character or interact with this particular character to prevent him committing suicide.
Yeah.
It is a very good story, very short. 13 episodes. Again, involves a bit of time travel if you look at it like that, because
Yeah.
she doesn't literally go back in time, but her letters were there to try to guide her. And every time she would mess up, she would get new letters. So she would have to continue to repeat that until we get to the point where we're saving it. I think I wrote down Did I write down why they end up calling it orange?
I would like to know why.
I it's a reason why they called it orange, and I thought I wrote it down because I made a note to myself about why it's like that. And if I find it, come across, I can't look it up because I know time is getting away from us. But please go watch it. It's not a tearjerker, but it is very emotional and a good one. It has its upbeat moments, but not a lot because we ain't got a lot of time to mess around. It's just 13 episodes. We got to get to the meat and potatoes. So if you like that kind of thing, like I do yourself a favor, go watch Orange. And also, it's pretty.
It is pretty. It is pretty.
Yes. All
All
right.
right, here is a class favorite,
All right.
and you gonna be mad you forgot it,
I
but
did. Oh no.
another.
How did I forget that? And I
That
did too, because I did not put that on my list. And how did I miss that
another. I
one?
like I said
Uh,
before. I like a good fuck with my brain a little bit. Mystery.
one
This
of
is
my
another one
favorites.
with a lot of blood and murder. Please walk quietly. Like the first death is so shocking with the whole umbrella down the stairs. I'll let y'all think of the rest of it.
I'm saying, and you see it coming, and you'll be like,
Ooh, buddy. Pretty much it is a psychological mystery with lots of blood and guts. Our boy, actually, the whole rule, it's a rule. The rule
mm-hmm.
of the classroom that our main protagonist is in is haunted, and there's a rule to it. And every year since this whole thing kicked off, what was it, 50 years ago?
Yeah, it's like something. It started like in the 70s or 80s or some mess like that. Even
Yes,
probably further
Ray.
than
Yes,
that.
Ray.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The rule is that every year, how does it go? There's an extra chair in the
Someone in the
classroom.
classroom is dead
Someone in the classroom is sitting in that extra chair desk, and they're dead.
because they're on the roll.
Yep.
You don't know who it is.
So until you, as the classroom collective, figure out who it is by ignoring them or murdering them, you and
Which is
your
funny because that
immediate
person is already
family,
dead.
you and your immediate
Was
family,
good,
hey Tiny,
Tiny.
we're giving recommendations today and we are talking about another right now. So we have to ignore or kill the extra person once we find out, girl, right? Find out who it is. Because what's going to happen is until you do, you, the collective classroom, and their entire immediate family are all endangered of dying.
It's a good one. It's a great
Oh
one.
man. But for those coming in, let me just do a quick rundown of what we've been talking about. We've been talking about half season animes, and what we got so far is Erased, Yuri on Ice, Anohana, The Flowers We Saw That Day, Death Parade, the original Fooly Cooly, Violet Evergarden, Puella Magi, Madoka Magica, Angel
Yep.
Beats, Afro Samurai, Carol and Tuesday, Wonder Egg Priority, High School of the Dead, Asobase, Escape
Mm-hmm.
the Infinity, A Place Further Than the Universe, My Happy Marriage, Chainsaw Man, we don't care about that one
No,
really.
we don't. It's just on there because the
Sunny Boy,
collective.
The World is Still Beautiful, Orange, and Another. That is our 20 list of what we got so far. We might be able to fit two in, but yeah,
I
watch
got
another.
two more, and that's
Watch
all I
another.
got left. It is a great anime. It's a great horror. I found this while working once again on break, and me and my coworker, we just talked about it ad nauseum because they were releasing an episode. And so we ate it up, and I loved it because I rarely click on, I like reading horror manga. I rarely watched it. Another just sucked me in
Oh man.
because I like the mystery. Like, are we going to find out about this? And it gave me that vibe, almost like the ring, like, oh, you had to do certain things, or something's gonna keep happening to y'all until you figure this
Something's
thing
got to
out.
shake.
And it didn't they were already wrong because they picked the wrong person
And
to
they tried
shun.
to stick with it.
Right. And then it was like, no. And, the guy transferred to that class. And it was like, oh, you're talking to the person who's not supposed to be there. Ah, like you're doomed us all. And it's like, oh, it just turns into a shit show after that. It's great. All right. My second to last recommendation
Bro, that
was
trip they took was stupid.
I don't know why they
Fruitless.
tried to be normal. That was the thing for me, Ray. Like, why did they try to perform and act like a normal high school class with this going on? Because I remember the first little trip they tried to take, like to the beach, not as a class collective, like just going to the beach, a couple of friends, and they were like, oh, maybe it doesn't follow us out of the city. And then the thing on the
Yeah,
beach
it
that
definitely
happened,
became Lord
yeah,
of the
it did
Flies.
become Lord of the Flies because it
Real
once
quick.
once that band-aid got ripped off, it was like, okay, well, everybody could die. It just got wild. All right, my second to last recommendation um is one that was almost like a one that Onyx mentioned earlier, that it doesn't have a manga it's based off of. It literally was created in-house and released entirely on Netflix. And one of the few mecha anime
Oh
that I
shit.
like, because I know people
I don't
love them
care for
some
mechs
giant
either.
robots. Not a fan of it, but this one combines one thing that I can tolerate and another thing that I absolutely love, which is racing. And this anime is IGPX, Immortal Grand Prix, one of my favorites. I just rewatched it two
What the
weeks
fuck
ago.
is that? I've never even heard of it. Please
Well, let
enlighten
me
me, friend.
introduce you.
Enlighten
If
me.
you if you like NASCAR and you like mechs, smash them two things together into a um futuristic setting.
Okay.
Kind of like it's like Speed Racer with mechs instead of cars. And you got this team like Team Satoshi, and they got like this prodigy racer on there, and they're trying to make sure they stay sponsored and all this other stuff like that. And that's all it is. It is a racing
I do like
anime.
racing.
And you got,
I like
I want to say
competitive
it's 12,
animes.
12 episodes. It's on Netflix right now. They re-released it again. I
Oh.
just watched it a couple of weeks ago and it is great. It came out. I don't think there's a Japanese cast because like I said, it was specifically made for Netflix.
Gotcha.
And one of the few things that Netflix did right when it came down to shows like that. But if you like racing and you like mechs, and
I
I'm saying
did.
that as a person who don't really care about mechs, but if you like those two things, it is fast paced. It shows you the intricacies of being on a racing team and all the personalities that go there. There's even a weird telepathic cat that's only has telepathy for one particular character because nobody
Okay.
else can hear them. Um, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. There's nothing really to
I'll give it a
dissect
little
other than
peeksy. I'll
it's
give it a
racing.
little
You
peeksy.
should. It's called IGPX Immortal Grand Prix. It has some of the hypest trailers I ever seen in my life. I love it. Yeah.
Side
So
note:
add it to your
Tiny
list.
Tiny wants to know about Blue Eyed Samurai. If
It
we're
is it has gotten up to the top 10 of my
oh
mother's
wow,
watch list. My mother, I knew she was going to like that because she is also a huge fan of Aroni Kenshin. It is a great one. However, you do pick up on the twist extremely early, so does it really make it a twist? That doesn't take away from the story, though, Tiny. It is actually really good if you like someone who is on a quest for revenge, and rightfully so. It is brutal. It is a little graphic. It is very pretty to look at. But you do pick up on it very quickly. When I say very quickly, what's going on, but it doesn't take away from the story. It touches bases on gender roles during that time. It's very good at picking apart that and what they are willing to do to survive, in addition to a good revenge story. I appreciated it. My mother loved it. I say go into it with a very open mind and some great action. I didn't find it too slow paced in certain areas. It can be a little not heavy handed in some areas. Like I said, it's not going. You don't have to be a rocket science to be like, oh, look at twist. No, mm-mm. But did I enjoy it? Yes. Will I recommend somebody watching it? Yes, especially if you like Samurais and a revenge story. Like I said about Afro Samurai, just replace the black man with. I can't tell you the twist because that is literally the point of the story. So
I'm
go
caught
watch it.
up right now with my final two.
Oh, you want to throw it out there? Because I only got one more after that, and that's it. I
I know
am
we're.
done with my
Go ahead and
my
do your last
recommended.
one. I'm gonna figure out who I'm gonna put here. I might just
All
do a
right,
quick rundown of my final few
all
if we're
right.
out of time.
Let's say. Hold on. Let me write it. I'm gonna write it for y'all. This is my last one of the night. Um, we never got a chance to really dissect this one like we said we were going to.
Oh,
We are. It is currently playing in the background, and that is
whew, Lord.
Kotaru Lives Alone. I spelled his name. There we go. Kotaru Lives Alone, and it is only 10 episodes, and it's extremely depressing and heartwarming. It's about this little kid. He is about 5 years old, and he lives by himself in this apartment complex that he's been commissioned to live there. He befriends a very eclectic group of apartment habitants, and each episode he does something very quirky, but then you realized why he is doing that. It is a coping mechanism for the extreme child abuse that he was going through and having to be removed from the home via circumstances. It is one of those ones that you think it's very weird until you pay attention to what the is going on. And it took everybody by storm. By everybody, I mean people who watched this anime. It was we were not prepared
I that's why
for
I'm
that.
struggling to get to it because I know it's going to hurt my tiny little heart.
It is going to hurt. Like, for example, in the first episode, we see Kotaru buying boxes and boxes and boxes of tissue, like Kleenex. And come to find out, as he befriends the guy that lives in the apartment that he gets oddly attached to, realizing why he was buying the tissue because he was forced to eat tissue for substance, not in the apartment, but when he was with his parents. So he thinks this is normal. I hope I depressed you
I am
because
the
there you go.
saddest.
It is very hard to watch, but it's heartwarming in the sense in the sense that there is hope as it goes on. There isn't a season two. I think we've had enough with the 10 episodes
Please,
that we
God,
got.
no.
Yeah, but if you want, and I got it playing in the background because it is one of my favorite ones, but I cannot watch it like that. You think the kid is very odd, but you realize that all of his little quirks and idiosyncrasies that he does is because it's coming out from the child abuse that he went through. Um, he still believes his parents are gonna, but you
I'm
get
not crying. You're
you get
crying.
the right, you get the impression that he thinks that, but as it goes on, he is very aware
Right, right.
of what he went through. It is not one that I'm warning you. You can go in like how the rest of us did. I just went in blind. I ain't know shit about it, and it just punched me all in the face. I am giving you a warning. It is very heavy, but it's great. And so that's how I like to end it. Hopefully, Onyx got something a little better because your night is just shitty right now. Yeah.
I am going to quickly run through the few that I still have because, like I said,
All right.
between the two of us, I feel like we are oversaturated with the amount of manga and anime that we have consumed in our collective 50, 60 years of watching.
Sad.
I said what I said.
Good, yeah.
So quickly, I'm going to run through these final few that I have because where are we?
All
It's
right.
9:02.
Yep. Lagging around, lagging around. What we
Hell's
got?
Paradise came out last year. It was very, very, very good. The ending actually shocked me. That's very rare to say. It is 12 very rare. I can usually pick up on a twist from I can smell
Smell
that
it.
shit. I can smell a M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong twist from a mile away. I did not see that coming at the end of Hell's Paradise, and
Dun,
they
dun,
have
dun.
already been approved for a season 2. I'm deliciously soaked waiting for this to come out.
Nice.
Zodiac War, the not Jujutsu Kaisen.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, Juji Kaisen. Zodiac War. First episode,
Boy.
punch in the face, also
Sure,
caught me
boy.
off guard. You pretty much they go into character. No, I'm not even gonna say that. Every family represents a zodiac.
I feel like the more description you give, it literally gives away the twist.
Well, here's what I'm saying.
It's so weird.
It's a free for all fight to the end, to death, and every family who is all a part of the zodiac. You know, your dog, your rooster, your horse, so on and so
Rat.
forth. The rat. They all put a family member into this battle royale fight, and
Basically.
whoever wins wins, and they do this yearly. That is
Yep.
the premise of the story. Each one of them has something specific they're good at.
Yep.
So
If y'all have never seen this, please go because it's
go.
one of those
If you
anime
love
that
a battle royale.
subverts it subverts expectations of
Oh,
a
yeah.
main character.
Another that
Once again, don't get attached to nobody.
right.
It's one
That
of
is
those
absolutely one
anime.
of those ones that caught me off guard. I think I was watching with my little sister when we first watched it, and we both just kind of went,
I know me and husband, why who's like,
yeah.
you did all that just to do
Yup,
that.
yup.
Wow.
It is another one that caught me off guard. I absolutely was not expecting it. Definitely hit me with the Shamalama Ding Dong twist. My next one that I can't believe we forgot this, Uramichi Oni-san.
I thought that one was longer than
It's 12. 13,
what?
excuse me. 13. Yeah.
Leave that one off.
Uramichi
One of the most
Oni-san.
hilarious
Oh, yeah.
anime I have ever
Definitely.
watched in my life.
100%.
Like this poor guy he embodies the
Watch it.
my life is ass because I did not live up to what I worked for a children's television program, even though I'm supposed to be this decorated gymnast. What
Yeah.
am I literally what the am I
So
doing
pretty
with my
much
life?
our main male protagonist, Uramichi-san. This is a slice of life somewhat, and it's got definitely reality-based type deal in there because the guy doesn't know what he's doing with his life. He's like 28, 30, and he don't know where he's going or what he's doing. He failed at his original plan, which was to be an Olympic gymnast. He got hurt, so now he just runs the calisthenics for this children's program, and on set he does his little flips and stuff. And you pretty much get the antics of him and his co-workers cutting up big time, and it's absolutely
It's a gut buster. If
Yeah.
y'all want to laugh, please watch this. It is literally anime crack. It's hilarious. Please.
I also have on here My Little Monster. It's a hilarious love story. That's the best way I could put it. Absolutely hilarious love story.
Actually, sad that one only got one season.
Yeah,
and
it
that
definitely,
was actually
definitely needed
one
more.
of the funnier ones.
Relife, another one, love story. Guy literally gets a second chance to go back
Great
into
show.
his high school life, and it's a program that they do, and pretty much other people are in the program, but he doesn't know who. But he's just, you're trying to fix the things that you fucked up on. And
Yeah, it's basically they give you a pill so you can do a do-over.
yeah, it's a do-over. And
You
I
can do
think,
over. You start in high school and try to do things better so that you won't be a do nothing when you get back to your regular age. You make
right,
better choices, and it's supposed to, and like Onyx says, it's a program because you got this one particular person in there that he don't know, but he later finds out that
yeah,
been through it like 3, 4, 5 times, and still just won't until the main character gets in it. It's a great
right,
series because he literally has a existential crisis about being attracted to high school girls because he's like 28.
yeah.
It's hilariously funny. It's a good series. I love it. One of my favorites.
Recovery of an MMO junkie. I know we're not supposed to like this because the artist got charged for a few things, but in
They
general,
always ruin the good things because that one's great.
it's a good story. Pretty much, if you're an MMO game lover, it's a love story with MMO. I don't know how much else I could say.
And
It's
it's one of the few anime that's out that doesn't necessarily deal with high schoolers.
yeah, it's adult. It's very adult, and I
So,
absolutely, absolutely am sad that this fool has ruined his life and my future with this anime.
yep. So enjoy it or don't, take a stand, but it sucks though. It's still a great story.
Yeah, and then I have School Days, a classic for you.
I don't think I watched that one.
School Days is the one where our main male protagonist is a straight up hoe, smashing all the babes, and he gets pretty much decapitated by the one who loves him the most.
I heard about that. I think I started watching that one and that, but yeah, because he was skeevy. Like, didn't he
He
have like a
was,
couple of
he
girlfriends and he was like
had
smashing them and stuff?
several
Yeah,
besties in the closet. Um,
get him out of that closet.
Yeah, it was definitely doing things you weren't supposed to do. That is what I got. I know there's probably more I'm missing. I'm taking a quick run through of Crunchyroll, but that is honestly like I said, our library
So
is
we
massive.
gave you almost about 30, if
Yeah,
not counting the ones that we didn't put there, almost 30. I'm gonna say closer to about 25, 27. For you guys to add to your collection if you haven't already, or revisit some favorite ones, enjoy some ones on the list that you might not have heard of, or get a peek at our kind of the things that we like to watch that I've,
you're
been.
welcome.
I know you're welcome. Again, we've given you some warnings about a few of them, so go in with that
Proceed
knowledge.
with
There you go.
caution.
Um, but other than that, there you go. That'll tide you over on our short bingeable seasons. As always, we might have missed a few, of
Oh
course. You
yeah,
can't
it's
watch. There's only
long.
so much time in the day, so
And I'm
we can
sorry
only
for
watch
30
so
of
many.
them. I mean, should I? Oh no, I was about to say Air Gear. Air Gear isn't. That's 25 episodes.
Yeah, so
So yeah, no, I think
you
we
might
got
have
them all.
wondered some of them haven't made the list, but again, if it has like a official second season, like it's out there,
Right,
then we didn't include it because that would make it not a hit and quit. So there
right.
you go. All right. What do we have coming up
Let's see
next time? I
here.
saw it and I
Hold up,
something.
hold up,
As always, though, if you
hold up.
got suggestions,
Put them in the
y'all
box.
know
If you
that
want us to go more into recommendations on categories, we can talk that out too.
I wish I will give y'all my final thoughts whenever I finish playing it on Persona 3 Reload. I haven't gotten there. The working stiffs
Guilty
won't
pleasure
allow me to.
anime. Ooh,
I do have a few guilty pleasure animes, and I will
it's been written
see.
down,
I
baby.
feel like it will say something about me as a person
They want to know
if I
though.
say this one though. And this one's short, but I did not put it on the list. But I will warn you, if you go watch it, don't come for me next week and be like, "Oh my
Are
God,
you
Geeky,
about to
why'd
say
you
what I
say
think
that
you're
one?"
about to say?
Oh, I don't know.
Say it.
Citrus.
Oh, I thought you were going Scum's Wish.
No, that's not a guilty pleasure. I'm out in the open with that one.
Oh, okay.
Guilty pleasure is I wouldn't normally say this out loud because it's not that good. Citrus is a stanky hot mess about what are they,
I have
stepsisters
no idea.
who form this
Do I even have guilty pleasures?
a weird relationship that they should
Vampire
not be
Night.
having. They form a relationship that they should not be having. It's too schmexy for its own good. And ooh, you
Dude,
know what? It's not a K drama though, Tiny, but it's one that I'm watching right now, and it's live action, but the whole thing is like an anime. It's on Netflix right now. It's the girl that they went to go be Mayako, but only one the girl, her friend, got a chance to be a Mayako, and she ended up becoming the cook because she could cook really good. So she cooks for the Mayako house. And when I say it's adorable and cute, and please look it up on Netflix. It's not a K drama. I guess you would say it's a J drama because it's Japanese, because they went to go be a Mayako, and
that sounds
it's
adorable.
it
And
is
I
adorable.
love good
Even
cooking.
the opening is adorable because they see the girl getting ready, putting her hair up in the pants just like the geisha, because they're trying to be the Mayako, and the song is cute. They act bubbly and cute. It's literally like they have been the only ones I've seen that really play into like an live action anime. I could easily see this animated. It is great. Please look it up. It's on Netflix. It's one of your big recommendations. I took a chance and watched it. I loved it. Love it. Love it. Love it. It's cute. It's not a K drama, but that was one of my favorites.
If you
Please go
can
watch it.
tell
It's
me,
adorable.
if you could tell me a way that I could pull up everything I've ever watched on Netflix, I can give you a very long list of K dramas. I don't know how to do that though.
I just watched a recent one, but we'll say that one because we're gonna talk about it now
Yeah,
because
no.
then that defeats the purpose about the show. But yeah, that's a good one. I do have a couple of K dramas that I have watched that I actually like.
Love 2O is my favorite. It's a Chinese drama.
What are we calling that? A C drama?
C drama. Oh, sci-fi series? Ooh, ooh.
Um,
We writing these down. K drama because
because
we out of time. K
we do.
dramas.
I do have some good sci-fi series.
Sci-fi series. Yeah, no. Well, so what we'll do is throughout the time, I think we will go into our favorite of certain genres for recommendations and pop that in here as topics every once in a while. I think we'll get a little deeper into our favorites.
Right.
Next show is overused franchises. We are beating the dead
Mm,
horses. Things like
mm,
Persona, things like Marvel,
mm,
things like
mm. Hey, how did Persona get on this list
because do you know how many
of
games
dead
4 has?
horses?
Do you know how many games just Persona 4 has? We went
That's
through
a
this.
we did go through this. How did we get here again? In the words of Deborah Cox, how did we get here?
That is a great song and a wonderful reference. But Persona 4 has like 10 games that are just side games
All
than the
right.
actual game. Like,
I
come on
thought we
now.
did this topic before. Did we
We
not do
never
this
got to
topic
get to
before?
it. We talked about it between us, but we never got to like go hard on it. We were like, oh, the overusing of like when you have your main games, for instance, and then there's 15 side games and mobile games and all of
Is
that.
that not what we
We
did?
did not do this.
I don't know. Okay.
If
That
not,
seems
if we did do
oddly
it,
specific.
I'll.
Because I remember Final Fantasy VII being in that discussion.
It was a
And we were
discussion between
talking about,
us because I was Googling everything at the time.
I, I feel like it's there. I
We'll
don't know.
look. I mean, if not,
Help me out.
we'll do our
I could
sci-fi
have
then.
sworn that one was in there.
We'll do our
So
sci-fi recommendations. We'll double
are we
check it.
talking about are we talking about because I thought this topic was supposed to be about not not specific things, but genres as a whole. Like
Oh,
isekai is overdone because there's like
yeah.
15,000 isekai, and they that literally has the anime world in a chokehold for an unnecessary amount
Amount
of
of
time.
years.
And it literally should
Okay,
not
then yeah,
be
we
there
could be
anymore.
broad about it.
Yeah, because I want to say I don't
I
know.
feel
I'll
like it.
go back through the videos. I swear that was on there at one
If
point.
not, we can always switch it up. Nah, I'm sure y'all aren't gonna die if we talk about sci-fi anime next week.
Maybe they what is it? Is she saying sci-fi anime or sci-fi shows? Ray, which one are you talking about? Are you specifically talking about anime or are you talking
Sci-fi
about
recommendations or
series?
shows.
Yeah, it just says sci-fi series
Shit,
recommendations if you
Bokurano, we
like
could
them.
fucking start there. I don't even like mechs like that, but that show was the shit. Either
Oh,
or,
so okay,
okay.
that's what I thought. Because like I say, because I don't I want to because I know one of my biggest ones, which I am very upset didn't come back, even though we had some great seasons, was Lost in Space, the new iteration.
No.
That was awesome. That was awesome. There was so much good drama in that. Of course, I had no problem with it. Which was Star Trek Discovery and then Brave New World. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. So there's a lot of good. Did you which one Lost in Space? Because when I say it had me and husband in
Am
a
I a
chokehold.
sci-fi person?
Okay, yeah, that newer one was good because the way they did Dr. Smith, just have that lady steal that identity and just go crazy, child, and they wouldn't bring it back. And I was like, ugh, the series was getting good. Yeah, so no,
I'm trying to figure
I
out.
can.
Do I
Did you ever
even?
see Lost in Space?
I don't watch sci-fi like that. I think I.
Really? I haven't seen oh no no. I will say this, right. I want to say I saw maybe the first couple of episodes of Altered Carbon,
What
but it didn't catch
counts
my
as
attention
sci-fi
like that.
anime?
And my husband sat there and made me watch the 100. Does that count? Because that was just drama filled BS. And my dad started watching the 100, and then he was like, ugh, they started getting all schmoofy, and it kind of took it away. Like, that was a good series when it was, yeah, like,
I'm trying to figure out what they count as
yeah,
sci-fi
CW.
anime because I feel like
I don't
no.
know. When
It's
I
saying
hear
like
sci-fi
Overlord,
anime,
Pluto,
uh-uh.
Parasite, Psychopaths.
See, when I hear
That's what
sci-fi
it's telling
anime,
me.
I would think more of Evangelion, things that involve like the science and the space. I don't know how Overlord got on
I
that
don't know
because
either.
the guy was in just
That's
in
an
like the
isekai.
game.
Like they got Doctor Stone
Right.
as sci-fi. They got Darling in the Franxx as sci-fi.
I can see that more because we involve aliens and
Yeah,
we involve in some stuff. So yeah,
I can
I
see
would
like
think like
Trigun sci-fi too.
yeah, even Cowboy Bebop,
Yeah.
that kind of thing, Space
Oh, shit, I
Dandy.
forgot Darker Than Black exists. I need to rewatch that. I can't find that
So
shit nowhere. If anyone can find the original Darker Than Black, please shoot me a message. Yeah, of course I've seen Blood Plus.
I saw Blood Plus in college and I haven't watched it since college.
Love this.
Like
This shit? This shit? I'll definitely talk about some fantasy. This shit? I got a motherfucking hold on my soul for about 10 years of my life. I learned Diva's song. I learned all the stuff. I still want to cosplay as Diva. All right, we are definitely 100% past the time. It is
oh
9:20
yeah.
and I hear the thunder rolling and we got real bad storms coming.
So keep those keep the suggestions coming. As always, if you need some background noise to keep you company, this VOD will be up. Tomorrow, tune in for all other fun things that we got going on. Follow us on all the things. Get some activity somewhere. There you go.
I'm getting
Keep
there.
yourself occupied.
Yep.
As always, y'all have been great. Have a lovely night.
Stay
Get some
devious.
rest. Hey, and be sure to let them know.
No.
Get out of here.